Okay, good morning. So it's week 5 now. Okay, good. Giri, I can see your photo. Giri Munan, looking handsome. Mana Fahim, gambar masih lagi tak ada. Kenapa ni? Cik Fahim, mana gambar kamu? Why 12 orang saja? Mana yang lain semua? Today is not public holiday. Esok baru public holiday. Okay, kita tunggu sekejap ya. Sementara tunggu kawan tu, you can check your experiment tree please. Tengok dulu, tengok dia punya pre-lab question. Okay, we wait for, kita berilah lagi 5 minit for your friends. Please go through your pre-lab questions. Ketua not here. Is the penolong here?
Yes, madam.
How many not here, girl?
14. Kejap.
Your class ada berapa orang?
21.
21. Okay, minus mine is 2 lah here.
7.
7 not here. That's quite a number. Kita tunggu sekejap ya. Tolong hubungi kawan-kawan yang ada tu. Buat group call semua, suruh masuk kelas. Ini baru minggu ke-5. Okay, so we will go through first this experiment dulu. Then we'll wait for a while. Later kita tengok dia punya video ya. Okay, now let's have a look at this experiment first. Again, it's a titration experiment. So what you're going to do here is you're going to do determination of the molar mass of metal. Macam mana kita nak tentukan ini? Ini adalah kita panggil juga reverse titration. So kita tengok apa maksud reverse titration ni. Can you see my projection?
Yes, madam.
Can, madam.
Can,
Yes, madam.
Okay. So the same thing again, your course learning objective is to demonstrate the correct techniques in handling laboratory apparatus and chemicals when carrying out experiment. So let me see, who can I ask? Putri, are you?
Yes, madam.
What is the first thing you do when you see all your apparatus on the table?
Set up.
Set up. Okay,
Yes.
so how do you set up?
This experiment.
No, how do you do? What do you usually do when you take? Okay, now you take a burette. Before you want to put NaOH, what do you do?
Rinse.
Rinse guna apa?
Distill water.
Okay, good. Okay, rinse guna distill water. Everything that you touch in the lab, make sure lah kena rinse dulu guna distill water. Okay, tapi kalau hari biasa tu boleh guna tap water, so no problem. But usually during exams, you use distill water. So you rinse semua guna distill water. And then to fill in the pipette, Nabil, ada berapa jenis apparatus digunakan untuk fill in the pipette? Kalau you nak fill in pipette, you guna apa? Yes, Encik Syafiq, selamat pagi. Kenapa lambat? Kenapa lambat?
Tak, saya tadi kemas rumah.
Kemas rumah ya? Aku nak rasa bangga dengan you ke apa? Tu bukan masa kemas rumah, masuk kelas. Okay. Okay, who was I asking? Tak. Tengok you dah ganggu I. Nabil, right? Encik Nabil? How do you fill a pipette? What do you do? Farahin? How do you fill a pipette, girl?
Letak
What is the operator guna untuk fill in pipette?
sekejap. I forgot the words in English, teacher.
Okay, never mind, tell me in Malay, so I just...
Corong.
Pipette you guna corong. Okay,
No.
saya tunjuk kat you kalau pipette you guna corong macam mana gambar dia. Ini adalah pipette kita. You guna corong. Bangganya saya kan. Ini pipette kita. Okay. Ada macam ni. Okay, inilah pipette. Pipette ni pipette 250. You guna corong.
No.
Salah. So what do you use?
That pump. The one yang
What do you call that? Pipette pump or a bulb? Okay, kena ingat dia punya apparatus ni. This is a pipe pump. Dia kat sini ada macam ni lah. Pipe pump or you use a bulb. Okay, dia ada macam ni. Sini ada AMS supply then something like that. Okay, so you must remember this. Either you use a pipe pump or a bulb. Okay, so saya memang kena tanya soalan from time to time and let's see whether you can make me proud or how. Okay, next question.
Madam,
Yes.
How about pipette filler?
Pipette filler can, they call it a pipette filler or a pipette pump. Sama. Okay. Okay, Alia Nazira.
Yes, madam.
Burette, how many decimal places? Burette reading.
2.
2 decimal places. Okay, kena ingat ya. And then Najwa, what is the right way to do titration? If you are a right-hander, your right hand should swell or should take care of the tap. Swell remember, tangan kanan swell flask and then tangan kiri jaga pilih ya. Okay, now let's have a look at today's experiment. Okay, determination of the molar mass of a metal. At the end of this lesson, this is your learning outcome. Ini adalah learning outcome dia. So tengok, kali ini kita ada 2 learning outcomes. We want to standardize the hydrochloric acid solution and we want to determine the molar mass of an alkaline metal by back titration. Okay. So a reactive metal, for example, an alkaline earth metal, would readily react with strong acids such as hydrochloric acid. The general reaction is given as below. So you akan nampak hydrogen gas terbebas. Macam mana you akan nampak hydrogen gas terbebas? You akan nampak apa?
Colorless bubble.
Yes, you will see bubbles coming out, colorless bubbles. So kalau you nak test hydrogen gas, you guna apa ya? Berbara ke menyala? Menyala. Kayu uji menyala dan dia akan terpadam dengan bunyi
Pop.
pop.
Yang terasa.
Pop, okay. So you use a wooden splinter. Kayu uji itu adalah wooden splinter. Okay, so we will say a burning wooden splinter and it will go off with a pop sound. Okay, so let's have a look at this. The molar mass M can be determined by a back titration. Ini adalah nama dia ya, kita akan guna back titration. A back titration is a two-stage analytical technique. The first stage involves the reaction of a metal with an excess amount of acid. So you tengok dia ada dua stage ya. The first stage is when the reaction of metal with excess amount of acid. So apa limiting kat sini?
Alkaline.
Metal lah. First step ni kamu react dengan metal. So the metal is your limiting reactant. So excess tu adalah your acid, HCl. Okay. Acid ni kita akan tahu dia punya concentration. Then you come to your second stage. Second stage ni, unreacted acid ni pula kita akan titrate dengan base solution to determine the amount of remaining excess. So you kena bayangkan macam ni ya. First thing, you put metal with the acid. So you will get right. So you get this product lah. Plus H2. So maknanya kat sini, ini adalah excess. So macam mana kita nak tentukan mol dia? We will see then. Here, HCl yang remaining, yang excess lah kan, akan tidak balas pula dengan NaOH untuk dapatkan salt plus water. So melalui NaOH ni kita boleh dapatkan mole untuk acid ni, and then we can from here, so that's why we are going backwards. That's why we call it back titration. Ini adalah back titration. Kita ada dua step. Mula-mula metal reacts with the acid hydrochloric. Hari ni ada yang, just give me a minute. Okay, so first step, what we are going to do is we are going to make sure the metal reacts with the acid, and then the acid, the excess acid will react with the NaOH. Okay, so in this experiment, the concentration of the acid is initially determined by the normal titration before the reaction with metal M is carried out. So concentration acid ni kita akan tahu. Initially determined. True, macam mana kita selalunya tahu? Kita guna stoichiometry. M reacts completely according to stoichiometry. Okay, let me ask somebody. Why M reacts totally? M tu adalah apa? Limiting reactant. So that's why it reacts completely. Okay, the excess acid can be determined by performing back titration with sodium hydroxide. Okay, now let's have a look at our reagents. Okay, this is our reagents, which is distilled water, phenolphthalein, dilute 1 molar HCl, NaOH, and an unknown alkaline metal. So we use scissors, dropper, white tile, pipette filler, filter funnel, retort stand, 50 ml beaker, 50 ml burette. Okay, and then you have a pipette, analytical balance, and conical flask. Okay, so before that, come now, let's have a look at the video first, yeah? Or we see first here first. We see the procedure, then we look at the video. Abrasive cloth ni adalah macam, we can also use the sandpaper. Ya, masa you guna untuk bersihkan kan sandpaper. So our metal here is aluminium lah. Okay, let me get somebody. Let me have, okay, Lakshan, read the standardization.
Okay, madam. A standardization of HCl solution. 1. Rinse a clean burette with 1 mNaOH.
What is the
Fill
M?
the burette
What is the M?
molar.
Molar. Okay.
Fill the burette with 1 molar NaOH solution. Record the initial burette reading to 2 decimal places. Pipette 25 ml HCl solution into a 250 ml conical flask. Add 2 drops of phenolphthalein to the acid. Place a piece of white tile underneath the flask. Titrate the acid with the NaOH solution. Swill the flask continuously. Upon reaching the endpoint, a temporary pink solution will appear, but the color will fade when it is swilled. Continue titrating until the pale pink color remains for more than 30 seconds. This is the endpoint. Record the final reading of the burette. Repeat the titration 3 times.
Okay, thank you, Lakshan. Okay, they say repeat the titration for 3 times. So, what is the first reading yang kita terima tu, kita panggil tu sebagai apa? Afiq Haikal. First reading yang kamu buat tu, what do you call that? Afiq,
Yes, madam.
what do you call it? The first reading yang kamu dapat tu. Bacaan pertama tu kita panggil apa dalam jadual?
Gross.
Gross reading. Do we take that into account? Masa kira average?
Tidak.
Tidak kan? That is just a bacaan kasar sahaja. Okay, thank you. Okay, so as Lakshan has read here, so you can see mula-mula kita akan rinse the burette and then we put in the solutions. Okay, so when you pipette, semua tu penting. And this point here, okay, where they say it must be at least there for 30 seconds. Baru kita kata itu adalah end point. Okay, the second part here, determining the molar mass of metal, you'll pipette 25 ml of HCl solution into 2 separate conical flasks. Bukan guna yang pertama ni yang pertama tu dah ubah warna, so habis sahaja, discard, buang saja. Pipette 25 ml of the solution, 2 separate conical flasks. Clean 2 pieces of metal, each approximately 4 cm long, with an abrasive cloth. Bersihkan tu dulu. Okay, then you weigh it. Weigh kita guna apa? How do we weigh? Hello? How will we weigh it? In the? Kena panggil nama ke? Syafiq, how do you weigh it?
Weigh
The
the metal.
Yes.
Using the balance.
What balance is that? What's the name
Apa
of the
tu
balance?
nama dia? Aduh lupa. Automatic.
Automatic. Kereta automatic.
Electronic balance.
Masa lukis jota tu label tak? What do you call it, Jamshir? Baru masuk ke Jamshir.
Analytical balance.
Yes, analytical balance. Terima kasih. Okay, there are 2 types of balance. One is an analytical balance, another one is a top loading balance. Tapi dalam eksperimen selalunya bila kita tengok dia suka guna analytical lah. Analytical ni 4 decimal places. Kalau top loading 3 decimal places. Okay, so you will weigh accurately. You can put it in a beaker, letak beaker dulu, tekan teh, and then letak the metal to get the mass of the metal. Okay, cut each sample into small pieces. Place the small pieces separately into HCl solution. Swirl occasionally until the metal is completely dissolved. Okay, kenapa kita kena potong? Why do we cut the metals into small pieces? Any idea why do we cut it into small pieces?
To increase the surface area.
To increase the surface area. So when we increase the surface area, what happens?
The rate of reaction will increase.
The rate of reaction. Okay, so you tengok bila you buat pagi-pagi you buat minuman kan, you guna apa? Serbuk Milo ke you guna bongkar kayu bongkar besar, Milo?
Serbuk.
Serbuk lah. Serbuk. Why? Because it increases the rate of reaction. So when you do something right, there's a reason why we are doing it. So semua benda yang you sentuh ke makan ke all, there's a reason why that person did it this way. Why can't it be that way kan? It is to increase the rate of reaction. Sebab tu dia potong kecil-kecil lah. Okay, then you place the sample separately into the HCl solution. Swirl occasionally. Swirl ni pun untuk mempercepatkan tindak balas lah. Okay, just a minute. And then after that, you will add 2 drops of phenolphthalein and then you will titrate. When you titrate ni, kamu kena faham. Ada HCl dah react with the metal pieces kan? And then the excess is the one which is going to react with the NaOH solution. And then we will record. Okay, now let's have a look at the concentration ni kita dah tahu, volume ni kita akan kira. Kat sini 25 ml. Okay, now let's have a look for some. I will show you the video. Just a minute. Okay, tadi kan you saw the video, right? But could you hear it? Could you hear?
Madam buka
Madam, we didn't say anything.
Dengar tengok video aja kan?
Madam tak nampak apa
Tak
Video
nampak.
tak keluar.
Madam, there's no video. There was no video.
Oh my god! And then what were you all doing all this time? There was no video.
We currently waiting for you.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I have wonderful. Hello, I was actually showing y'all a video, and there was no video y'all watching, but y'all just senyap je ya. Pandai lah kamu ni. Okay.
Madam
Senyap.
cakap kejap tu yang kita tunggu tu.
Oh, kejap. Video dah habis pun aku tunjuk. Wait just 1 minute just to double check Kita tengok kenapa dia tak. Sebab saya cuba guna cara ni. Maknanya tak berjaya lah cara tu. Wait Just give me a minute Oh my god. You all are sekejap ya. Tak boleh guna istilah sekejap lagi dah. Kenalah vokal ketua. You should tell. Teacher, there's nothing we are seeing or something. Takkanlah aku suruh you begitu lama kan tak buat apa-apa. Okay, just roughly saja saya tunjuk sekarang. Tak apa. You dengarlah suara saya yang merdu. Hai, sekejap. Dengar apa sekarang? Dengar lagu tak? Tak.
Dengar suara madam je.
Okay. Nampak video tak?
Nampak Madam.
Nampak, Madam.
Okay, tapi lagu dia is just music. So I will just explain to you lah sebab dia music saja. I think dia automatically dia off dia punya music sebab nak dengar music ni pula. Okay, tak apa. Sorry ya. Okay. Okay, see there's an air bubble there. So bila air bubble macam mana nak remove? Open the tap fully to flush out the bubble. So you buka beberapa kali. So ini dia record je lah. Okay, dia cuci dulu birat. Okay, this is a graduated mark Ni gross. You can hear my voice, right? If I speak to you
Yes, Madam.
Yes, Madam.
while the video is going on. Okay. Continue saja. Okay, always must letak white tile. So see the titrate, the swale, then need the titrate. Actually, you can sit lah, tak payah stand. Okay, what's he doing? See, rinse the unreacted solution at the inner wall. See, this is the pink. Very good, pale pink dia. Dapat pale pink. Dia ambil bacaan. Boleh letak kertas susu. Bacaan dia sangat cantik. Okay, molar mass of metal, the same thing. You pipette 25 ml ke dalam 2 beaker. Okay, dia pipette ni. See till the graduated mark. Kemudian dia masuk dalam 2 conical flask. Okay, see there, analytical balance. Tanya tadi automatic pula kan. Get the reading. We put it in the beaker, tekan tear dan baru masuk tu. Okay, see now use the scissors, potong kecil-kecil. Okay, just like that. And then letak dalam HCl. So, you tengok bila you swirl, dia akan all will react. Masa tu you akan nampak bubble lah. Okay, you'll nampak bubble. And then after that, you put 2 drops of phenolphthalein and you titrate. So yang sedang react sekarang dengan NaOH ialah yang excess. Yang telah habis react dengan metal tadi, excess tu react pula dengan NaOH. Itu cara dia swirl lah. Okay, so sebelum endpoint, cuci dulu inner flask, inner wall dia. Ada pula yang dah pink baru dia nak cuci, cannot before it reach the endpoint. Okay lah, you buat 2 kali dah ambil bacaan lah. Squat and so you dapat 2 bacaan ni. That's all. Record the initial. Okay, that's all. Okay, so now let's have a look of your pre-lab question tu. Tolong tengok pre-lab question kamu tu. Have you tried the pre-lab question? What is back titration? Siapa nak jawab ni? Apa tu back titration? Selalunya you must remember dalam titration ni we have this and then here this is your analyte. Okay, analyte adalah yang ada dalam conical flask ni. Okay, so what is back titration? Who wants to try? What is back titration? Come on, cepat. Sonprat, what is back titration, boy?
Uh,
What is it? It is a method used for what?
to determine concentration of an analyte.
Yes. How do you do it?
You react it with a known amount of excess reagent.
Okay. What is your excess reagent here?
HCl.
HCl, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here is HCl. What is up here? What is in the burette?
Uh,
Dah tulis pun dia tak boleh tengok ni.
NaOH.
NaOH, okay? So NaOH, dalam ni ada HCl. Yang excess ni adalah HCl. So this is a method used where the concentration of an analyte is determined by reacting it with a known amount of excess reagent. Okay, so kita nak tentukan dia punya concentration ni, kita boleh tentukan melalui cara ini, back titration. Okay, I see most of you, you have seniors, you have the answer, but the most important fahamkan dulu ya macam mana. Okay, between a metal, alkaline metal ni adalah group 2 lah, Group 2 metals. So, example yang kita boleh guna is magnesium. Some more, what is in group 2? Yang paling senang yang potassium. Yes, but potassium is group 1, right? Potassium is kalium kan? Kalium tu group 1. Alkaline earth metal group 2. So yang selalu kita guna dalam tindak balas is magnesium lah because it's cheap and it's easy. It's reactive. So when magnesium reacts with HCl, what do you get? What do you get?
MgCl and hydrogen.
Magnesium chloride.
Magnesium chloride. So what's the formula for magnesium chloride?
MgCl2.
MgCl2. Semua orang kena tahu macam mana nak tulis ni dah ya. This is where you learn it in your form 4, right? Mg is 2 plus, Cl is minus. Mg is 2 plus, Cl is minus. So bila dia gabung, it's MgCl2. Plus, apa yang dibebaskan? Hydrogen gas. So when you see here, it's not balanced. So just put a 2 here lah in front. Okay, so kena pastikan kamu faham ya. And then explain briefly how to determine the unknown, the mass of the unknown metal. So this one also, through your experiment, you boleh tengok dulu. What you will do first is, you will determine the moles of the apa? Acid. Mula-mula, you will determine the moles of the acid. The moles of acid. Determine the moles of acid ni adalah your initial sebelum reaction takes place. Before reaction takes place. Mula-mula yang kita ada. We take that first. And then once we are done with that, what we do is, after
reaction with metal.
Yes, after reaction with metal, we will see the excess, okay? We will determine the excess unreacted. Determine excess unreacted acid. After that, what do? You calculate
The
difference between the mole before and after the reaction with metal. But macam ni, after reaction with metal, determine the excess unreacted. Excess unreacted ni macam mana kita nak determine dia? How can we determine the excess unreacted? Excess unreacted ni hanya boleh didetermine when we react it with by reacting it with NaOH. NaOH. Bila kita react dengan NaOH, baru kita boleh cari excess tu. Macam mana kita nak cari ni? Sebenarnya NaOH plus HCl, we will get NaCl kan? NaCl and equals tambah air. Kita akan dapat macam ni. So NaOH punya kemolaran kita dah tahu. 1 molar. Katakan dia punya ialah, you baca average. Average ml dia. So melalui ni, what can you calculate when you have the molar and the volume? Number of mole. So when you have the number of mole, what can you do? You can calculate stoichiometry. Stoichiometry untuk moles of HCl. Kerana yang ni you kena dapat ni. You dah dapat balance equation kat sini. So mole HCl yang kamu dapat ini adalah yang mole excess. Mole excess. Okay, mole excess dia. So that's why we are going back, reverse. And then you calculate the number of metal by using the balance stoichiometry. Okay, kita cuba dulu. Kita cuba tengok aplikasikan ini ke dalam soalan dulu. Okay, we try and do it in this question here. Come. Sekejap ya, opsi, sorry. We try and do it in this question here. Okay, kamu cuba dulu. Analyze the question properly. Some of you may have your senior. Itu semua tak penting. Saya tak nak jawapan yang betul. Saya nak kamu fahamkan betul-betul soalan dia. Okay, so if you see a 0.273 grams of unknown metal. Macam mana kita dapat dia punya mass of metal? How did we get the mass of the metal? Apa kita buat untuk dapatkan mass of metal? Shazwina? Shazwina, how did we get the mass of metal? Kita timbang lah kan? Kita timbang guna apa? Analytical balance. Bukan ni, janganlah takut bila saya tanya dapat dari mana terus takut kan. Kita timbang lah guna analytical balance. Oxidation number ni kita dah tahu dia daripada group 2. Macam mana kita tahu? Sebab dia sebut alkaline metal lah. Was completely reacted with 25 ml 0.5 molar excess HCl. Bila dia bagi volume, dia bagi molarity, kita boleh cari apa?
Mole.
Mole dia. The remaining solution required is 4.5 ml 1 molar NaOH to reach the end point. So now we see, okay, number of moles of HCl reacted with NaOH. Tolong buat dulu. First step, tulis equation dulu. So here we have HCl equals plus NaOH equals, what do you get? NaCl equals tambah H2O. Liquid. Okay, so cari dulu moles of HCl. Moles HCl. Boleh cari terus. 25 times 0.50 divided by 1000. What do you get? What do you get? Okay, tekan calculator. 1.25 times 10 negative 2 mole. Dapat tak ni?
Dapat.
Dapat.
Dapat major.
Moles of NaOH kamu dapat berapa? 4.15 darab 1 molar divided by, sebab dia dalam ml kena divide by 1000 ya. Divide by 1000. Dapat berapa? Yang mana lebih besar? Negatif 2 ke negatif 3? Negatif 2. This is bigger. So this is small. So this is your limiting reactant. Okay, so from the equation sekarang kita boleh tengok from the equation 1 mole of NaOH reacts with 1 mole of HCl. So moles of HCl reacted sama dengan moles of NaOH, which is equal to 4.15 times 10 negative 3. So sekarang kita boleh cari moles of excess HCl, iaitu 1.25 times 10 negative 2 tolak dengan 4.15 times 10 negative 3. So kamu dapat berapa? Tolak dia. Dapat berapa?
0.0083.
1, 2, 3. So 8.35 times 10 negative 3 mole. Betul ke? Okay, so this part of it you have got. This is the back titration lah. So kita hanya boleh dapatkan mole dia melalui NaOH. So mole ini, what does this mole do? Actually, this is the number of moles which reacted with the metal. Ini adalah bilangan mole yang telah react with the metal. This is the HCl. HCl which has been reacted with the metal. So now what must we do? Kita kena tulis equation. What equation do we write? We write the equation of the metal with HCl. So metal ni kita dah tahu YS reacts with HCl. Apa charge untuk Y kita? 2 plus. How? They have already told you. Kalau dia sebut saja alkaline metal tu, you must understand that it is from group 2. You see here and here also they say plus 2. Bila dia sebut plus 2 ni, kamu kena faham dia daripada group 2. Group 2. Okay? So now when we do it, so kita akan dapat apa? We must get here a salt kan? So the salt is between Y and Cl. Cl is minus, this is 2 plus. So bila dia gabung dia jadi YCl2 solid. Tambah H2 gas. Sekejap ya. Teruskan. Okay, faham tak? It's very interesting sebab daripada sini that is how we can get now our equation. So from this equation you kena balancekan dia. Kalau you tak balance memang you are in trouble already now. So you kena faham 2 moles of HCl reacts with 1 mole of Y. Okay, so now how many moles of HCl yang you ada? This many moles. So 8.35 times 10 negative 3 moles HCl should react with 1 times.
Divide by 2 kan, madam?
Ya, betul. Divide by 2. Yeah. So you dapat berapa? 4.1. Then negative 3 kan? Mol. Okay. Sekarang, dia nak kamu cari apa? Molar mass. Molar mass of Y. So you know, mol sama dengan mass bahagi molar mass. In here, you can see, you dah ada mol dia, dah ada. Mass dia dah ada. Bolehlah cari molar mass. Tetapi, kita cari ni daripada blood. That's why they say it's back titration. Because you're finding it from reverse way. So sekarang kita masukkan saja mol dia 4.175 times 10 negative 3 sama dengan mass tadi dia dah bagi. Berapa mass tadi dia bagi? 0.237 gram over molar mass. So we get that the molar mass of Y sama dengan berapa? Kira? Sama dengan berapa? 66.83 Wait 56, are you sure? What do you mean you don't know? Tekan calculator.
56.77.
Yes, okay, let me see what my calculator says to me. Negative 3 kan betul. 56 56. 56.77. 56.77 gram per mole. Wait molar mass sama dengan mol kan? Okay, betul? So it's 56.77. Why is it so much of difference? Wait, just give me a minute. 237 ke 273?
273.
My error is here. You see, just a matter of a small gram here, sebenarnya dia banyak tau. Because it's 73 grams whereas I put 37 gram. Dia punya jawapan ni tengok bila I put it as ini 73, tolong buat sekarang. Cikgu pula yang salah ni. Can you see the difference? Nampak tak beza dia begitu banyak. It's actually 65.39 gram per mole. Can you see the difference or not? So just a slight error cikgu tertukar ni. 3 jadi 73 ni tengok beza dia. So what is my moral of the story? What's the moral of the story?
Small mistake can be
Yes. Can cause a big
big
damage.
problem.
Yes, so be very very careful. Kamu kena betul-betul faham. Kerana kan sebenarnya yang online ni kan macam ni, kamu eksperimen ni telah dibuat oleh senior. Mungkin kamu ada abang ke, jiran ke, sepupu ke, kamu dah ada jawapan. Kamu sangat yakin masuk kelas, alah saya dah ada jawapan, cikgu tanya saya boleh jawab. It's not a matter of jawab kat saya. Kamu kena faham betul-betul apa yang kita buat. Okay, so please make sure that concept lah. Saya tak nak kamu tahu ada jawapan, main bentang je tapi tak faham apa kamu buat. Okay, make sure you understand it properly. Okay, so that part of it is done. And then, this is done. Okay. So now, next week lah sebab saya tak boleh buat keputusan the discussion of the keputusan, saya dah ajar macam ni kan. You try and do this. Tengok you boleh tak dapat berdasarkan keputusan yang kita dapat ni, saya nak kamu cubalah buat sendiri. And then next week when you masuk untuk lab, kita akan bincang terus. Okay, yang ni. Concentration ni, cuba buat sendiri. Average volume dia, cari average metal metal dia, and then you try. Boleh? Sample 1, sample 2. Dapatkan average. Okay ke?
madam.
Okay, so
Boleh, madam.
okay, so for this Wednesday, kita ada quiz, kan? Quiz untuk chapter 1. Chapter 1 tu, dia punya markah tu adalah 10 markah, tapi dia ada banyak anak-anak. So what you need to do is, untuk membantu kamu, kuliah untuk hari ni, saya tak bagi video. I'm giving you the UPS past years for chapter 1. Ada 6 soalan. Saya nak kamu cuba jawab. Lepas ni, see here, you have 9 o'clock baru. Your class is 11. So you have 2 more hours which you are supposed to finish up your jotter, your report, sehingga calculation tu nanti kita discuss. And I want you to do the quiz question. Saya dah share dalam Google Classroom. So if you guna 2 jam ni dengan betul, you boleh habiskan semua, tak ada masalah. Any question or not? Ketua, please tell me who's not here today. 19.
Not here.
19.
Azwa. Azwa. Because
She went
she
for
vaccine today.
vaccine kan? Okay, she told me also. Dan lain semua ada ya?
Yang lain semua ada.
Okay, so any question? Can you understand? So yang paling penting is this. Saya tengok ada kelas yang cuba buat they try and do home experiment, which we will do in the next experiment. So I did not ask you to do anything like that, but be creative. Okay, start thinking, start asking a lot of questions. I want you to be more proactive. Okay, cuba dulu ya. Okay, so with that, I will dismiss the
madam?
class. Yes.
How about the due date for this lab report?
Okay, this lab report, no need to hantar dulu. No need to
Okay.
hantar dulu because next week once we finish the result, then only baru hantar. So next week tu, when you come in next Monday, I just want you to do the result, conclusion, precaution tu hantar sahaja. So make sure semua dah ready lah. Next week your due date will be on Tuesday 10 o'clock. So you have to finish it by then. Okay, so start working today itself. Habiskan semua bahagian yang awal-awal tu. Boleh?
Boleh, madam.
Okay then. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful week. See you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank
Have
you,
a wonderful
madam.
day, madam.
Yes.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.